دكتور
We
عقاب
are joined by
عليزاي
Dr.
أستاذ
Auqaab
الدراسات
Alizai,
الاستراتيجية. أهلا
Professor of
وسهلا بك دكتور
Strategic
على شاشة
Studies.
القاهرة
Welcome,
الإخبارية.
Dr.
إذن
Auqaab,
اتصال
in
هاتفي
our
ما بين
channel.
وزير
Of course, a phone
الخارجية
call
الباكستاني
between the Pakistani foreign
والإيراني. إلى
minister
أي مدى اليوم
and
من
the
الممكن
Iranian
أن تنجح هذه
counterpart.
الوساطة في
To what
وقف الحرب؟
extent could this mediation succeed in halting the war?
The mediation has been ongoing from the beginning, virtually, of the war, when Pakistan introduced the idea of mediating between the two sides. There has not been any stoppage in that as far as Pakistan is concerned, and other parties such as Oman and Qatar. However, in this particular scenario, Foreign Minister Araghchi has also indicated through the Foreign Ministry spokesperson that Iran is in a state of war with the United States. And I think fundamentally that comes down to the fact that even though the United States would say that they want to have talks, there's a lot of other issues involved, primarily because once Brent crude or the crude oil more or less stays and reaches about $100 per barrel, then there's the United States starts trying to diffuse the situation because it's detrimental to their economy and the global economy. So the pressure mounts on Trump to stop any activities before it gets worse. So he looks back and tries to put the pressure on. Now, that direct negotiation between the United States and Iran does not exist. And Iran has explicitly said there is no negotiation right now in real terms with the United States. However, back-channel negotiations do exist, where Iran is talking to Pakistan, Qatar, Oman, and other countries. However, not directly to the United States. There is no timetable for negotiations yet. There is no announcement for any negotiations. So I think there's a lot of reasons as to why Trump may stall the activities further, primarily because he has done this many times when he raises the bar and says that he's going to attack infrastructure, he's going to attack other aspects of Iran, which will affect thousands, tens of thousands, millions of Iranians in many ways by destroying their infrastructure. And then he backs off. And he's done this numerous times. Iran has gotten used to this. I think what's happening now is a backtrack to some extent to allow diplomacy to occur and to allow that tension to reduce. Now, if this lull in fighting extends itself for slightly longer, then there's another opportunity for mediation.
It seemed that there are positive signs, of course, after President Trump's statement that that strikes would have been the hardest, but he would wait the outcomes of the talks. At the same time, there is a phone call between the Pakistani foreign minister to his counterpart and an invitation to visit Islamabad. Do you think diplomacy is still the only path to cease the war?
There is only one path to end the war. It's not through violence. It is only through mediation and diplomacy. That's the only path, the only way the war will end, when both parties sit down and actually talk to each other. But as I've always said, they talk on the periphery and bring towards the core issues while they have agreed upon peripheral issues. That's how they build trust. And trust is absolutely zero right now. And that's where the problem lies. And if there's more action on each other, I think the United States is very much aware now, by now at least, that Iran will not submit. In many ways, why should it? It's going to hang in there as long as it can to allow the political process in the United States to take effect and Trump being defeated in the elections in the midterm. So there is no rationale in real terms for Iran to submit in any way whatsoever, and the United States recognizes that. I think it is also to give an opportunity to reduce attention. But in the long run, whatever the United States does, it will always have to come down to negotiations. That's the only way this conflict will be resolved. There is no other way.
دكتور، بالحديث أيضا عن
Yes,
المفاوضات فيما
Doctor,
يتعلق بمضيق
speaking
هرمز ما بين
of
إيران وعمان،
negotiations
إلى
on
أي مدى
Hormuz Strait
الاتفاق ما
between
بين
Iran
الجانبين
and
قد
Oman,
يؤثر
to
على
what
سير
extent could
المفاوضات
an
أو
agreement between the
التوصل
two
إلى
countries
حل
affect
دبلوماسي؟
the trajectory of negotiations?
Well, I think if you already recognize that the proposal that was made through Oman and several other Gulf countries was rejected out of hand by Iran, that means sharing responsibility of the Hormuz Strait with the other countries. Iran will only negotiate with Oman as far as the Hormuz Strait is concerned, and they are in constant talks. And these are not talks about reducing the overall violence. These are the talks about technical issues and how to manage the Hormuz Strait. And Iran wants Oman on its side, but Oman is in a difficult position as well as far as the United States is concerned. It does not want outright conflict to begin with the United States. So it's in a very difficult position, Oman is. But it also wants to satisfy certain conditions of Iran so that they're able to manage them. This is why this ongoing negotiation between Oman and Iran is very important. If there is some semblance of negotiation that will allow certain conditions that the United States wants, and Oman can push those as far as management of the Hormuz Strait is concerned, I think that will go a long way towards overall negotiations to start coming into fruition. But that is going to take some time. And if there is repeated attacks on either side, by either side, it will push the negotiations back. And that's where the problem lies, I think.
نعم، أشكرك كل الشكر
Yes,
دكتور
thank you
عقاب
so much.
علي أستاذ الدراسات
Thank you very much.
الاستراتيجية.
Dr.
شكرا على
Auqaab
كل هذه
Alizai,
التفاصيل.
Professor of Strategic Studies. Thank you for your insights.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.